All right, so people like the photo that I took for Coffee Black's Gold Brew coffee, and I hate that I just picked that up because I put it in the spot that I wanted it to be. But anyways, so basically what I'm going to do is instead of doing a photo, I'm going to redo the shot, but I want it to be in a video form. So uh, basically how I set it up. And I'm going to go through how I set it up and then like reshoot it so you can see everything that I did. But super simple. All right. So this is the foyer of our house. And all I have is like a black backdrop over here. And then I've got a, who makes these? Nanlite Pavo 2 30C. And then also we have a Sony A7 III with a Sigma DGDN 24 to 70, the Sigma art line, 24 to 70, and I'm not sure the settings I'll have on there, but I'll change them to make it be what I want it to be. Then I've got the Amaran 200X with the aperture soft dome light. And basically I'm going to put the light at about like 500 Kelvin. This is what 500 Kelvin looks like. Uh, I'll show you. So Kelvin is literally temperature. So we measure light in temperature. So this would be, oh, I'm making it dimmer. This is 2700. And then I'm sure this is screwing up Rachel's white balance on her camera. And this is 5000 Kelvin. So basically, I'm going to shoot in white. The photo I did, I shot it with a 2700 or close to it, maybe 3000 and something color temperature, and I didn't like it. So now I'm going to shoot at like 5000 Kelvin, which is like daylight. So this light is similar to when you're outside during the day. That's why they call it daylight. But yeah, I'm just going to set everything up. And basically I've got some coffee beans, I've got some smoke, and I've got a light and a backdrop. Those are basically all the props I'll be using to make this shot look cool. I didn't use smoke in the photo, but I'm going to use it in the video just to see how it looks. But I'm about to set everything up and then I will show you how I'm going to do it while I'm doing it. But just watch me set up right quick. With this smoke, I am probably going to have it somewhere shooting maybe right at it. So I'm just going to press it one time so I can see where it's going to go. That's a little far back. And I might have to like fan this down or something. I want it like really smoky, but I don't want to fill this whole house up with smoke like that. So yeah, I'll have to work with that. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this light out. Hope that doesn't screw up. Oh, and I know this light is way brighter, but okay. So what I want to do is like throw coffee beans. I want the beans to like be thrown from back here. So that's why I've set this up on a tripod so that I'm not holding the camera and trying to get a cool shot. Like I'm literally just going to take coffee beans and throw them. But I will probably, what I'll do is put the beans, I'm going to put the beans like in a cup and then um, I'll just probably like dump them from up top. And I don't think you'll be able to see that. Like now you can see my hand. So if I throw the beans from like back here, and Rachel's trying to give you a good shot. If I throw the beans from like back here, you're not going to be able to see my hand. You can see this light difference. I know you can see the like that shadow, but Yeah, you can't see my hand. So the beans are just going to come from nowhere, and then you'll see them coming into the shot. Or what I could do is just have the beans obviously in my hand in a cup and like dump them. I'm gonna turn on this light, and then the light is on for our background ambiance. And then I'm going to take this cup and just dump the coffee beans on here. And then, but before that, I will start the smoke. So I'm just going to have smoke going and then dump coffee beans. And then that will be the whole shot. It should look fine, but I guess we'll find out. So what I'm going to shoot in is probably, well, by the way, I'm shooting an HLG 3, and then I'm going to be shooting, shoot. I don't think I want to do, I usually shoot in like 60 frames per second, but I think I'm actually going to shoot in 120 because it'll look a lot better. So yeah, so basically I've got it at shooting at 120 frames per second, and f-stop's at 7.1. ISO is about 3200, and I'm shooting at 70 millimeters. That's my focal length. So yeah, basically I'm going to do the smoke and then throw the beans, and then we'll see how that turns out. It's not how I wanted. Okay, that did not work out the way that I thought it would. And again, the good thing about videography is like your creativity is everything. So if you're a type of person who gets very creative, like you're gonna have some good shots. But also, along with that creativity has got to be patience. And if you aren't patient, you're not going to get the shot that you really want. So that's something I really encourage is like take your time. Like really take your time to get the shot that you want, because being perfect isn't just going to happen one day. Like you're going to have to actually be perfect. Does that make sense? Like you can't just like hope that one day the shot's just going to come along. You got to make it happen. So, tip of the day. If you want to be perfect, you got to attempt it. It's not just going to happen. All right. Attempt numero dos. This machine is hot and I'm trying to make sure I don't burn myself on it. Not the actual smoke coming in. The actual smoke coming in kind of looks stupid, but when it's like sticking to the cup, it actually looks really cool. And just like this extra fog in the background looks cool, but the actual puff of smoke looks dumb. The lot of smoke coming out looks like somebody who doesn't know what they're really doing. All right, take two. I'm going to go a good puff and then throw the beans again. The problem was that the way I threw the beans, the reason why I didn't like the first shot was because the way I threw the beans, they didn't actually like come in front of the can. So I thought it looked kind of dumb. So I basically want this to look like it's coming at you. And I don't have a lens that gives you that full effect of the beans coming at you. I'm just using the Sigma 24 to 70. So if I had a lens that's like, it's called a probe lens, but a lens where like it could look like the beans were actually coming at you, then that would be a lot better. But I just don't have that. So, but okay. Take number two and smoke, and then oh, beans. Okay, that actually might have been a good take. Go wow.
But it was super cool because fog was coming off the lid, and it was, like, steaming out of the top. I think it still is. Oh my god, it still is, it looks amazing.
Okay, so one thing I thought of afterward, which always happens, like never, first of all, never be afraid to experiment. And then second of all, never be afraid to admit you messed up. And then when you make those mistakes, capitalize on those mistakes. But this wasn't really a mistake as much as just like an idea I thought of later. But what I could have did was just this. Now this is a can, right? But as you can see, I already I'm showing you kind of the idea I had. But what I could have did was take the can and put it up to this hole on the smoke machine and just do a puff inside of there. And so now I have smoke inside the can because it looks cool as it comes out of the can. And so now I have like infinite smoke that, I don't want to, if it was like a bottle, it'd be really nice. But since it's not a bottle, it's a can, I can't really squeeze it. But what I can do is blow into it. And as I blow into it, you can see the smoke comes out of the can. And that was me just like barely blowing into it, just kind of directionally blowing into it to make as much smoke come out of it as possible. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Um, let me know what you think about this shot. It's cool. As I said, just like trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do this for a while. It just took me a minute to actually put it together, just because I've been busy. But yeah, what you want to do with every kind of like product shoot that you do is just think about like what you're shooting, and then have a theme, have a purpose, because what that does is it helps put everything together. Like this is the company is Coffee Black, so I wanted everything to be black. And then also it's their gold brew. So the gold brew, I put a gold colored light behind it, and I put coffee beans in there. So it's you really need to think about, like, as I said, have a theme, have a purpose, and have some sort of way to relay all the information as easily as possible so that the people who are um, really watching or paying attention to the brand, that they can engulf that information uh, with the brand. So coffee black, beans, gold light, smoke for cool purposes.